Suicide. There. I said it out loud. Age restrict me now. In order to ensure the safety of others and make the YouTube experience eligible for everybody to be watching, YouTube, in their community guidelines and infinite wisdom, decided to remove a few words from being used throughout video making. It's your choice whether or not you want to censor them. In all honesty, I think censoring curse words is just kind of, relating to the FCC too much from television in the 70s. But then there are certain words that just don't belong to be age-restricted or prevented from saying, because there are certain people in this world that suffer from certain things that happen to them, and maybe they just look forward to try to help people and try to get them through certain anxieties, insecurities, depressing thoughts, or trauma that they've gone through. And two of those words, I believe, should never be censored are suicide and rape. Say what you want to me about how you don't like the sounds of the words, you don't like the way they're described, you don't like how they're used, but these things do happen. People with insecurities, anxiety, or depression, I've gone through that, and I've had suicidal thoughts before. I'm not trying to capitalize on the fact that I have depression, but why censor people who want to talk about their stories? Maybe they want to help others get through their depressing thoughts, or maybe their suicidal thoughts. I'll tell you one story about my suicidal thoughts. When I was going through a really depressing time in my childhood, one of the number one things that they tell you to do is to call the hotline. Even YouTube will give you the warning whenever you type suicide into the search bar, and they'll advertise the suicide hotline. Now, one of the number one stupidest things that I've ever done was actually try to contact that hotline. And what stirred my depressing thoughts away was after getting in touch with the suicide hotline, I was on hold for an hour. The fact that they said, call now, you're never alone, and then they don't answer, made me laugh so fucking hard that I completely forgot why I was depressed. Some things are just like that, the cruel irony of it. But there's other traumas that many, many people go through. Rape victims are one that I think should not be censored. Just because you don't like the way the word sounds, or it's used to describe a vile act committed against another person. And this goes for everybody. I don't care whether you're male, female, whatever. It's a horrible act. The problem is when people want to silence you from even saying the word. And saying the word in the context where you want to make people aware of it. And not make some cruel or crude joke about it. The people that want to raise awareness about it don't give a shit how it sounds. It sounds nasty. It sounds ugly. Don't censor it. The fact that we gotta censor words like this means, why are you preventing people from being made aware of this? The most bad part about it is it makes this multi-million-dollar company that's supposedly friendly to all users, it makes it look bad. It makes it look like they don't care. It makes it look like we don't give a shit about your mental health awareness. We don't give a damn about any tragedy that somebody has gone through. We don't care about anybody's foundation of trying to raise awareness about things like this. We don't care what you're depressed about. That's not really a good look. It really isn't. Now, let's talk about the extremely controversial part of this video. And that is when people make fun of vile acts like this. Now, context is key in this situation. Because there are plenty of comedians, there are plenty of stand-up people, there are plenty of animators and adult cartoon animations that like to make fun of stuff like this. But it's the context that you use it in and the exaggeration that makes it humorous. I can't really explain it for myself, but I know somebody that can explain it in the best way.
Oh, some people don't like you to talk like that. Oh, some people would like to shut you up for saying those things. You know that. Lots of people, lots of groups in this country want to tell you how to talk, tell you what you can't talk about. Well, sometimes they'll say, well, you can talk about something, but you can't joke about it. Say you can't joke about something because it's not funny. Comedians run into that shit all the time. Like rape, they'll say, you can't joke about rape. Rape's not funny. I say, fuck you, I think it's hilarious. How do you like that? I can prove to you that rape is funny. Picture Porky Pig raping Elmer Fudd. See, hey, why do you think they call him Porky, huh? I know what you're gonna say. Elmer was asking for it. Elmer was coming on to Porky. Porky couldn't help himself. He got a hard on. He got horny. He lost control. He went out of his mind. A lot of men talk like that. A lot of men think that way. They think it's the woman's fault. They like to blame the rape on the woman. Say, hey, she had it coming. She was wearing a short skirt. These guys think women ought to go to prison for being cock teasers. Don't seem fair to me. Don't seem right. But you can joke about it. I believe you can joke about anything. It all depends on how you construct the joke. What the exaggeration is. What the exaggeration is. Because every joke needs one exaggeration. Every joke needs one thing to be way out of proportion.
Now, that was just an explanation of context, exaggeration. What is the exaggeration of the joke that makes it outrageous and humorous? When people take somebody who talks about their depression and their anxiety, or maybe their past trauma, and then uses it as a vehicle to construct a completely offensive joke out of it, then it's not funny. Because that just makes you look like a fucking asshole. That's not funny. What is exaggerating a stupid scenario to construct a joke about it. That's funny. Getting back to how this website censors certain things. You can't censor all of it. What you can censor and work hard to do is censor the people that just want to talk shit about a victim. That's what you can do. Don't silence everything as a whole. Because you know what? It prevents actual people who want to help people and raise awareness about something, prevents them from achieving their goal because they've been censored for using those two words, suicide and rape. That's what you don't do. And it makes your company look uncaring and unsympathetic and completely useless in terms of trying to raise awareness for mental health or maybe anxiety and depression help, therapy, anything like that sort. This was just a short rant video, and I wanted to explain the best of both worlds around it. Trying to censor something as a whole because it makes you look lazy and tiresome, and you don't want to do anything to prevent actual people who are making crude and unruly jokes about victims, so you just decide you can't say this at all. There has to be a change.